Zach, so I have phenomenal news. Robert Adami is a structural engineer. He's a good friend of mine, has snooped around the house. This is Robert. Robert, you're going to be giving the Schorrs a little overview on what's going on. So Robert understands that our goal is to remove the entire wall from end to end all the way to the apex, to the peak of the roof. And he gave me two options, and I like option number one, which is to basically remove that entire wall. But I'm going to have him speak quickly so that you understand how we're going to do this.
So basically, you'll need to remove the entire wall, and based on my rough figures, you have about 3,500 pounds running through that wall. In order to capture that load and move it to one of the outside walls, more than likely you'll move it to the north wall, which means that north wall, the drywall will need to be removed, and an additional layer of half-inch plywood will need to be placed upon that wall, along with some blocking at the bottom and the top of the wall.
We're talking about this wall, right?
Yeah, that wall right there.
We're going to remove the drywall off of this entire wall.
That's right, and then add plywood onto the interior face. More than likely there's already plywood on the exterior face. So you would double shear that wall, which means adding blocking at the bottom, some mid-height blocking, and some blocking at the top, and then you would put the plywood on from the inside. That will take up the load that you're shifting from this interior wall to that exterior wall. So that's option number one. Option number two is basically taking out the wall and putting in a 4x8 post at each end, and then spanning the opening with an open web truss.
So a post on the left,
Post on the right.
post on the right. It'll be fastened by us removing flooring.
Right.
And floor sheathing, right?
Right.
And supporting that. And then?
And then you'll have an architectural open beam truss that could be decorative. It could be any manner of look that you would like to achieve. It could be rough sawn lumber. It could be a solid sawn and with decorative connector plates. But it would be open, and it would open up both spaces.
So we would have a horizontal beam going across to connect, and then a vertical.
A vertical and potentially two diagonals.
And like a truss.
Right, exactly, a truss.
And that would be like our second option, but we all prefer the first option, and that's to have this a clear opening. So we have a formula to do that, which I think I can include here. So, cool. And then here, what about removing this window and installing a patio door?
Yeah, here what I see happening is with the removal of the window and the door and this small wall, you can put in a full length header that will span the whole distance, about 10 or 11 feet, and then you'll be good to put in a glass door there. Great.
Okay, so that's the good news. He's basically, what he would charge us is, go ahead.
Yeah, for me to engineer it, I'm going to have to come out and take some measurements and draw up a floor plan and make sure the load path is correct. And it would be about $1,500 for me to come out and take the floor plan and produce the calculations so that, and the drawings, so that Frank could get the work done.
And it'll be stamped by a structural licensed engineer, and everyone can feel comfortable. So thank you very much for allowing us to come to your home, and thank you, Robert.